Morning haze lifts over open water. The deck murmurs. Salt and quiet hang in the air. Close water slaps the hull. Ropes tick and creak. A gull circles, then drifts away. Most shipwreck survivors don't die when the ship sinks. They die days later, after rescue was already possible. Survival starts now, and it is slow. The ocean is patient. Small choices decide who makes it home. If you make it to a raft, you're safe. The raft buys minutes, not safety. You're wet, salty, and under full sun. Every breath loses water. Every wave steals heat or cooks you. Dehydration starts now. Keep your mouth closed against spray. Rinse lips with a capful if you must, but don't drink seawater. Shade skin with anything: jacket, bag, even a shoe. Sit low. Move less. Time stretches, but your reserves do not. Sun exposure drains strength before you feel it. Salt on skin draws water out and burns. Cover shoulders, neck, and thighs first. Damp fabric cools, then bakes. Lift it to vent, then lay it down. Protect your eyes from glare with a sleeve or brim. Small comforts prevent big mistakes later. Energy is your currency. Spend it only on certainty. Don't paddle against wind or swell. Let the raft weather vane. Trim loose gear to cut drag. Share tasks in short shifts. Keep movements slow and deliberate. Shivering and frantic waving waste water. Breathe through your nose. Be still when stillness helps. Thirst will beg for seawater. Say no. One sip becomes two, and that spiral ends in delirium. If you have fresh water, sip, don't gulp. Swish first to soothe saltburn, then swallow. When rations are tight, wet the mouth and spit. Track every intake aloud so the group owns the plan. Signaling is strategy, not noise. Scan first, then act. Aircraft. Wait until you hear or see one, then fire a flare or flash a mirror. Boats. Sweep the glint across the bridge slowly. Save flares for near contact. Build contrast. Bright cloth high, dark cloth low. Pulse your signals. Bursts beat constant motion. Land on the horizon tempts you to chase it. Distance at sea lies. If wind or current carry you along, accept the ride. Fighting sideways buys nothing. If debris drifts with you, rescuers search that same stream. Stay with the stream. Make yourself obvious, not heroic. Choices stack up and minds get tired. Simplify. One person tracks time and water. One watches sky and water for chances. One rests. Rotate. Speak in checks. Water, shade, signal, rest. Wipe salt from lips before drinking to avoid cracks. Fewer choices mean fewer errors when you're spent. The raft isn't safety, it's a clock. Dehydration, sun, salt, and wasted effort shorten it. Shade the body, guard the mouth, spend energy where it counts. Signal with purpose. Decide in simple steps. Turn minutes into hours. Keep the clock running. Every decision after survival compounds. Case 1 begins with a small orange raft, adrift after the panic. 4 people, 1 kit, and a horizon that offers no clues. The sea is calm, the sun is not. Salt crystals form on lips. Rubber creaks with every swell. In quiet moments like this, the mind bargains for control. Action feels like survival. Stillness feels like surrender. That's where the first mistake is born. The lead survivor breathes shallow, skin tight and salted, tongue thick. Early dehydration is subtle. Dry mouth, a racing heart, fuzzy thinking, arriving long before collapse. Cognitive load rises as resources fall. The brain craves a clear move, any move, to reduce uncertainty. That urge, action bias, pushes people to do something now, even when waiting would save more life. Thirst sharpens into pain, cracked lips, saltburn, a mind that starts to drift. Then, the mistake: seawater. Physiologically, it's a trap. Seawater is more concentrated than your blood. Your kidneys can't make urine saltier than the sea. To excrete that salt, your body must spend more water than you just drank. You feel wetter. Your cells get drier. Confusion deepens, and with it, risk. A quick sip, relief for the mouth, not the body. Minutes later, nausea, a hollow headache, a deeper thirst. This is hypertonic dehydration accelerating. Fluid shifts out of cells, blood thickens, heart works harder. It doesn't feel like a mistake at first, because sensation lies. Wet lips are not hydration. The wince says what the data cannot. The slope just got steeper. The second mistake follows the first, over-rowing toward nowhere. With no reference, current and wind decide more than arms do. Hard strokes burn glycogen and water, raise core temperature and speed salt loss, even when sweat evaporates before it's seen. Muscles tremble. Breathing labors. Action bias again. Exhaustion spent to outrun uncertainty while the raft barely moves. Then the sun finishes what the salt began. Radiant heat adds load the body cannot shed. Skin reddens, eyes squint, thinking narrows. Salt crust on skin irritates, but rinsing with seawater adds more salt. Shade is medicine. Exposure is debt. Without cover, fluid loss shifts from slow leak to steady drain. Decisions get smaller, consequences don't. They hesitate before correcting course. Scan the horizon. Hope for land. This is confirmation bias at sea. The brain favors the story it wants to be true and delays the harder choice. Stop, stabilize, signal. The best move is boring. Sea anchor to limit drift, conserve energy, organize tasks, time signals for low sun and night. Minutes pass. Heat and hope both rise. Survival is a chain of small choices. Loosened straps to breathe easier, a flap of fabric that steals warmth, a whistle not tested, a mirror not readied. Planning fallacy and choice overload makes simple steps feel complex. The right order matters. Shade, ration, rotate rest, prep signals, then reassess. Each click, each strap, is either structure or entropy. By evening, the raft is a small dot against a wide machine. Body water is lower, pulse louder, thinking slower. A lane they might have crossed earlier is now behind them. At last they correct. Anchor set, movement stilled, tasks divided, a plan for dusk signals. It's the right sequence, just late enough that the day is already spent. They were still alive. But the clock had shifted. Dusk settles. The raft rocks in a slow, steady rhythm. Bodies are dry-mouthed and salt-crusted. Dehydration already thins the blood. Night wind arrives and steals heat. Wet fabric and spray make the chill bite deeper. Salt pulls moisture from skin. Evaporation cools fast in open air. Shivering begins as light fades. The ocean sounds calm, which is the trap. Silence hides the drop in core temperature. Keep close. Huddle shoulder to shoulder. Cover skin from the breeze with anything that blocks wind. Keep the core dry. Small movements. Gentle words. Save strength for the long dark ahead. Tension grows as the cold climbs. Someone wants to paddle. Someone wants to wait. A flare feels urgent. A sip feels urgent. They are both right and both costly. No blame helps here. Keep voices low and steady. Share the load. Rotate small jobs. One shields the wind. One bails. One watches the horizon. Throats rasp. Hands go numb. Check each other by name. Look for answers, not noise. Night takes the color from faces. Shivers turn to clumsy movements. Words slur. Eyes drift. This is hypothermia riding on dehydration. Less blood volume means less heat to give. Muscles tire and shivering fades. Move the weakest to the center. Shield them from wind and spray. Use jackets, bags, even the raft canopy. Keep heads and necks covered. Share body heat if clothing is dry. Be gentle. Rough handling can harm a cold, fragile heart. Keep them awake with soft prompts. Stay together. Teeth chatter, hands tremble. Then one of them goes quiet. They stop shivering. That quiet is not comfort. It is the body giving up on heat. Breathing grows shallow. The pulse slows. Move them flat and insulated. Seal gaps against the wind. Warm from the chest out. Offer tiny sweet sips only if fully awake. No alcohol. No sudden movements. Keep talking to them. Keep their name in the air. A muffled argument starts and fades. Fear needs a target. The ocean gives it none. Bring the focus back to work. One mind on signals, one ear on engines, one eye on each person. Save the flare for a real chance. Save the whistle for intervals. Light can wait, warmth cannot. Calm spreads when tasks are clear. You are not alone, you are a team against the wind. A limp shape in the raft changes everything. Night chills at sea are lethal because water rules the math. Wet skin, moving air, empty calories, thin blood. Heat drains faster than you can make it. Dehydration blocks sweat control and strains the heart. Shivering stops and the danger hides in quiet. People look away to scan the horizon and miss the stillness beside them. Keep eyes on your weakest first. The horizon will still be there. The hours stretch. The raft breathes with the swell. Work the routine. Huddle tight. Block the wind. Keep the center warm and dry. Rotate the watch so minds stay sharp. Speak in low, steady tones. Call each person by name every few minutes. Touch a shoulder. Wait for a reply. Bail what you must, and then rest. Save light for movement or voices. Stars drift. The wind shifts a little. You feel smaller. You are still here. The quiet can feel like safety. It is not. Keep checking. Keep warming. Keep the hope real and the body protected. Dawn is a plan, not a promise. Plan anyway. Breath grows heavy. Words come slow. The raft gathers itself into a single shape. Hold that shape. Rotate who sits windward. Trade positions before numbness sets in. Small, sweet sips for the alert. Short rests between checks. Keep the flare ready but dry. Keep the whistle ready but quiet. Listen for engines. Look for a rising glow. Do not wait in silence for the worst. Make your warmth, inch by inch. Keep the quiet one warm, awake, and seen. Stay patient. Stay kind. The night is long, and you can outlast it together. At first light, they believed the raft's bright orange would do the work for them. It rarely does. Over water, distances lie. Scale collapses, haze softens edges, and a person assumes they are larger than they appear. The rotor hum that felt close was miles away. The ship that seemed to crawl was moving quickly, but at a bearing that would never intersect their position. They decided to signal when it was closer. That choice, made with dry mouths and tired eyes, cost minutes, and minutes at sea are miles. Earlier they'd spent energy rowing against wind and swell, then hesitated to open the signal kit, saving flare and mirror for the moment that felt right. But fatigue slows hands and steals initiative. By the time they committed, the target's angle had shifted. The raft remained small, the wakeline indifferent, and the opportunity narrowed. Flares are not announcements, they are timing instruments. Handhelds burn quickly, and they must be shown when eyes are likely on you. A beam or just before the closest point of approach, not after. Wind, spray, and a shaky grip tilt the flame away, and a single missed angle wastes the burn. The mirror is powerful, but only if aimed in short. Repeating flashes across the cockpit or bridge windows, not held steady. Wrist fatigue and glare make that harder than it sounds. Meanwhile, search teams scan in patterns, expanding squares, creeping lines, eyes sweeping pre-planned sectors ahead of where you were, not where you think they'll wander. If your signal appears outside that cone, it is simply not seen. One flare popped as heads were down on instruments, another when the craft was already stern on. The whistle carried on the wrong wind. They signaled, but a little too late, and a little off angle. Visibility at sea is not about color alone. A low raft disappears in troughs. A 1-meter swell hides you half the time. Orange fades toward gray under thin cloud. Heat shimmer bends lines at the horizon. Without smoke dye, your wake is nothing. Your presence, a speck between white caps. The mist flare pushed them a few more minutes downwind. Drift and leeway do the rest. Search planning assumes an earlier signal, one that anchors your position in the pattern. When that anchor never comes, the box slides past you, and the gap widens quietly. The clock kept a slow, indifferent tick. Half a knot of current, a few degrees of wind, a steady slide off the guess track. From the raft, the horizon looked empty. From the aircraft, the sea looked the same everywhere. The difference between seen and unseen was only timing, and the timing had slipped. They waited for the ship to feel near, not realizing that perceived speed flattens at distance and then snaps past at the last moment. The correct window is before the closest pass. Signal early, then repeat, then mirror in bursts. Conserve, yes, but do not hoard. Their judgment had been narrowed by earlier choices, rowing into glare, rationing too late, skipping shade, letting thirst and heat trim their attention. Small errors add friction. Friction steals options. So the flare came in the wake, the mirror after the cockpit window had turned away, the whistle during a gust. None of it dramatic, just quiet mismatches. The ocean stayed patient. The search pattern stayed methodical. Their opportunity existed, and then it didn't, like a buoy slipping behind a swell and not showing again for a count longer than you expect. The near miss was real. The aircraft likely logged a faint reflection and no positive contact. The ship noted no pyrotechnic sighting. On the raft, faces tightened, hands trembled, and the story began to write itself. Too late, too far, almost. But almost at sea can reset hope as well as drain it. They still had a mirror, a whistle, one flare left, and daylight to manage. They adjusted. A high contrast panel went up. A watch schedule replaced constant scanning. Signals were planned on the minute. Short mirror bursts every 5, whistle on any engine noise, flare reserved for an approaching abeam. Water was taken in measured sips. Movement was minimized. The earlier mistakes remained, but their weight was known now, and that made them lighter. The ship didn't kill them. The ocean didn't rush. It waited, and so did they. This time, ready to be seen. It keeps happening because the sea erodes judgment before it takes strength. Hours of glare and motion narrow attention. Salt air stings lungs, lips crack, thoughts stick. The brain starts bargaining for water, for shade, for a shortcut, and safety becomes a story you tell yourself. Human bodies weren't built for reflective salt environments. Why thirst beats fear, why survivors give up after hope appears. Dehydration tilts choices. You drink the wrong water, row at noon, signal once and stop. Optimism bias says the boat saw you. Ego says you can make it. Fatigue says rest now, move later. Signals are misread, rations misused, small errors stack. The ocean does not argue. It waits while bodies cool and minds simplify to one need. The ship didn't kill them.